Major funding for these broadcasts has been provided by grants from Madison Realty Capital, New York Community Bank, M&T Bank, AmTrust Title, Ariel Property Advisors, Customers Bank, Capital One Bank, Meridian Capital Group. Additional funding has been provided by grants from AVR Realty Company, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Briarwood Organization, CBRE, Citizens Bank, Colliers International NYC, Collins Building Services, CPEX Real Estate Services, Douglaston Development Levine Builders, Flushing Bank, Friedman LLP, Handler Real Estate Organization Handro Properties, Hodges Ward Elliott INC, Investors Bank, James D. Kuhn Real Estate Institute at Syracuse University, John Castamatidis Red Apple Group, Kilroy Architectural Windows, Matone Group, Mercantile Bank, Newmark Knight Frank, Optimum Window Manufacturing Corp., People's United Bank, Rockefeller Group, Rosewood Realty Group, SJP Properties, Stonehenge NYC, TD Bank, Terra CRG, the Merengoff Family Foundation, the Moynihan Organization, Moynihan Capital Partners, and these friends. Fresh Meadows, Queens, Cunningham Park, Jamaica High School, Stony Brook. I'm going to get involved with real estate. I'm going to learn appraisals. I'm going to travel around searching at Hardee's and Arby's restaurants. I'm going to get involved with management. You know what? It's 2001. What a perfect time to go into business, right after 9/11. I have Joe Farkas, the head of Metropolitan Realty Associates. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's great to
Tell
be here.
me about Dad's side,
Right.
because we know when Mom and Dad watch this, they're going to want to talk about it. So let's talk about Dad's side and then Mom's side.
Sure. Well, both my grandparents were immigrants. My dad's folks was from Hungary. My grandmother was from Romania. They settled in the Bronx. My grandfather was a butcher on 2nd Avenue in New York between 101 and 102nd Street. It was a little bit of a conflict growing up. My grandfolks were kosher, and my grandfather's shop was not kosher. Couldn't understand the difference how my grandfather could run a non-kosher butcher. But be that as it may, my dad worked there for a little while and helped him in the store, and my uncle worked there as well.
And your dad, he was born in 1929.
Yes, still with us, thank God.
And tell me about his career.
So my dad, like I mentioned, worked in the butcher shop. He went to DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, and he went into the ROTC. I'm not sure of the timing of it. And he went to Tulane for 2 years, then came back, went to City College to help his father out again in the butcher, and then got into the ROTC. And from there, he went abroad to serve in the real estate group of the Far East Mission. I'm not exactly sure.
But he was in Korea, right?
He was in Korea, and he handled places or real estate in Japan, in China, all of the eastern part, to try and work through land issues, land negotiations, expanding pipelines, doing all sorts of interesting types of things.
Now tell me about Mom's side.
My mom's folks were both from Poland. They came to America before my father's folks, and they settled in Brooklyn.
Mom's father was a guy named Louis Block, you said? He
Yes,
was an attorney.
Louis Block, personal attorney, also a real estate owner. He invested in walk-ups in parts of the Bronx and Brooklyn. Lovely, 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 lovely guy.
Mom went to school.
She went to Cornell. She was studying home economics and nutrition, and then graduated from Cornell and went to Columbia University in their teaching program. She graduated with her master's from there and then went on to Hearst Publications, was her first job, working on the Good Housekeeping magazine.
So how did the City College graduate who was in the Army Reserve,
Yes.
retired as a colonel, I believe,
Retired as a colonel.
Okay.
Wow, you're good.
meet the educated, Cornell, Columbia graduate over
yeah.
there from the supermarket, you were saying?
Yes, my mom's uncle owned a supermarket, would buy meat from my grandfather's butcher. My dad worked in the butcher shop, and my Uncle Henry would come in all the time and say, I've got a niece for you, I've got a niece for you. And they went on a couple of dates. Wasn't love at first sight, I think my dad had to grow on my mom a little bit. And then magically they got together.
Now, you told me that your mother grew up in Brooklyn.
Yes,
She went to Midwood High School.
yes, she did.
And at Midwood High School, she met this guy named Koenigsberg, right?
Yeah, sure.
Koenigsberg, whose pen name today is Woody Allen, right?
Correct. Alan Koenigsberg was his name. And she also met another fella, a famous real estate professional, Eddie Gordon.
Right.
And the three of them were friends, and Eddie and Alan, or Woody, were very good friends. And it was just an interesting dynamic amongst the three of them. Nobody knew who anybody was going to be. But in later years, my mom actually ran into Eddie Gordon at a real estate function, and Eddie came over and mentioned to her, "Hey, Florence, you're the only woman who knows how old I really am."
Right. And you were saying about Dad,
Yeah.
after he finished the Army, he got involved in commercial real estate.
Yeah.
He was with Felt and in Two Trees,
Yes,
and
yes.
subsequently Douglas Elliman, and then U.S. Life.
Correct. My dad loved management business. That's where he really cut his teeth, and would sit on all the co-op boards and tell all sorts of stories about the days of the co-op board meetings, and then he'd tell stories about.
This
going
was a
through-
great experience because you said to me your dad used to take you out as a young kid.
all the time. We'd go visit apartments. We'd see, we'd look at the real estate, and I really enjoyed it. I always knew I would get into real estate somehow. I wasn't
So
sure.
let's talk about you now. So you were born in 1965, right?
Yes,
And I was alluding at the beginning, Fresh Meadows?
correct. I was born on 195th Street, right off of Union Turnpike, across from Cunningham Park.
Tell me about growing up.
Growing up, it was nice. It was simple. Wasn't fancy at all. Very, very Queens. I had good friends on my block. We kept ourselves occupied all the time between schoolwork and stickball and touch football and basketball. We had a very active life. Didn't really, have great aspirations for.
Yeah, but I was reading in an article about you that you like playing with Legos or tinder.
Yeah,
building
I loved
blocks?
blocks. I used to love to build blocks with my brother. We'd build these big buildings, parking garages. We'd have our cars and.
The little cars going.
Yeah,
into the,
exactly. Had a lot of fun, and again, really felt, the real estate bug, even as a young kid.
Now, you said to me some summers before you were in high school, you went to camp in Connecticut, right?
Yes, Banton, Connecticut, Awasting, was an old boys camp, big sports camp, a lot of activities.
And then you
Really
got
good.
lucky. You got involved with the union? What?
Yeah, people don't realize I was a union employee for Local 94A. I was one of the operating engineer apprentices. And
You could have done very well to be an operating engineer.
yes, and I did very well. As a young kid, I earned a union wage. I had a pension. It was fantastic.
Now, you were a painter, right?
I painted boiler rooms. I painted steam rooms. I painted fan rooms.
With a brush or with a...
They let me use a roller, Michael.
It's 1983, right?
I graduated high school '83.
You still were in Queens at this
Yeah,
time, right?
still in Queens, sure.
Okay, how did you decide to go to Stony Brook?
Stony Brook was an easy choice for me. I wanted to stay close, somewhat close to home, but wanted a big campus, big school, wanted an economics degree, didn't want to travel that far. And again, I traveled with a little bit of a group from my hometown, and we all went to Stony Brook together. A bunch of my buddies from the block, just picked up and said, we're going to Stony Brook, and we all ended up there. We didn't stay together. Everybody kind of went their own ways in college, but it was a nice way to.
And the summers were back as the union painter?
I worked every summer, made good money, and paid my way through college. And
so now it's 1987. What happens?
I was excited to get a job. Really, it was first and foremost on my mind. I felt like I was ready and mature, and my dad actually introduced me to Frank Antonio from Cushman & Wakefield, who at the time was really the head of their appraisal group, appraisal and consulting, along with Brian Corcoran. And Frank gave me my first job, and it was very interesting. I didn't know anything about what an appraiser was, but I was up for the challenge, and started working at Cushman & Wakefield, which I was very proud of because I had heard through my dad.
Did you take the courses to become a MAI?
I took several over a short period of time, but I realized I wasn't going to make my living as an appraiser. I was really using it as a catalyst to learn real estate. In Stony Brook, I took economics and business administration. There was no formal real estate school, so to speak. And everybody had told me, learn the appraisal side of the business, you'll learn value. And today, I still say that.
One of the large clients that Cushman had was this food company, correct?
It was called FFCA. You're right about that. And they financed fast food restaurants across the country. And that was my first, I guess, entry into the real estate business. I was traveling.
Where'd you travel to?
I traveled across the country to parts unknown. I mean, at the time, I had no idea
where. It's a great experience for a young kid.
I was by myself. I went to Spokane, Washington. Didn't know where Spokane was. Had never been to Billings, Montana, or Bozeman, Montana. Just a lot of fun. Just, I drove the open road from one restaurant, one Hardee's, to a Wendy's, to a Burger King, making sure these restaurants were standing for this company. I never really put much thought into it at the time, but it was a great experience.
So you did that for about 2 years, and then you said,
a little less.
I want to learn about office leasing, right?
Yeah, I had always wanted to get into the brokerage business, and I was fortunate to be hired by some real legends in the business, Michael Aginestra, Stuart Romanoff, and Scott Gottlieb. And they showed me the ropes, in terms of how to canvas, how to network, how to make connections, how to develop business.
See, but at that time, it was a different world because you were able to walk into buildings, as you said to me. There were no security guards.
Yeah.
So you'd walk from one building, one floor, and everything else, and search from 3rd Avenue
to
6th Avenue.
To 6th Avenue. That was the end of
the line.
That was
the end of the line. Okay.
That was it. It was a great experience. I climbed through every building from 42nd Street to 57th Street, from 3rd Avenue to 6th Avenue. Nobody stopped you along the way. Sometimes you'd get thrown out of a building because a tenant would call and say, this guy's canvassing my building, and I'd get escorted out. But the name of the game then was, get in, get the information, get back to the office, write your notes down for the day, meet with Stuart, Michael, or Scott, and make the phone calls and try and get the lease expiration.
As they would proverbially say, you were the low man in the totem pole, right?
I was lower than low.
Okay.
I was the bottom.
You were the bottom, but you were learning a lot.
Yeah.
And so what happens later on?
From there, we hit a recession, early 90s, and I had an opportunity to go with a company called VMS. It was a syndicator buying real estate, really nationally. And they were getting into.
They were headquartered in Chicago.
Chicago, correct. And they had a large New York presence. They needed a young fellow to run their management and their leasing. And it felt like a good fit for me, and I stepped off and I said, okay, now's the time for me to try something different. And
So at this time, now you're taking the other side of the coin.
Correct.
You're working for management who own the properties.
Correct.
And you're dealing with the brokerage community and the other people
Correct.
who need to leasing.
Correct.
Coupled
Correct.
with, it was a very good education for you, because what it also did was it gave you understanding of what your father knew so well over the years, the operations of the building.
Sure, and I felt comfortable in the role, and I loved leasing as well, and it was a very good fit, and I did well. And VMS, unfortunately, was in a position there where they were losing their buildings, and we had an opportunity to continue on beyond VMS, and the management contracts for those properties that we're managing was sold to an entity of a Tishman company. And we stayed on, myself and another fellow, to run that operation.
So what happens the next step in your career?
Well, from there, it was interesting. The management business was consolidating. We saw an opportunity to sell our business to a company called Cole Management Services out of the West Coast. It was a publicly traded company. Nobody had heard of them in New York, but they were slowly buying up management contracts and businesses, and we were able to sell our contracts to it was called KMS, Cole Management Services, and we opened their New York office. And from there, we thrived. We were gaining a lot of business in the city, management and leasing contracts. We were hiring leasing brokers, and we ultimately bought a local brokerage tenant rep company called Peregrine and White. And that really got us on the leasing side of the business, coupled with our management contracts. And we were doing $40 million of business very quickly in a short period of time. It was a lot of fun.
So what is it, 2001? What happens one day? You say, I want to take the skills that I've learned over these years, and I want to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Just one step backwards. The company was ultimately sold. It was a publicly traded company. We were sold to CBRE. So I stayed on with CBRE for a couple of years under a contract to merge the entities, and then I took the opportunity to break out and get into the world of acquisitions.
So how does a young guy in his mid-30s at that time, with
young
limited assets,
Yes.
go out and make the decision to go into business?
Yeah.
And to find a property even?
Yep, it was tough. It wasn't easy, but it was the right period of time in my life. And you mentioned my daughter was being born, and it was a scary time. It was a good time. I felt ready. I felt I had all the experience I needed to be on my own. And I had met a terrific fellow by the name of Keith Barquette, who unfortunately is no longer with us, but he was running the real estate group at Angelo Gordon and Company, who's been my partner for the last 18 years. And he really gave me the support and the backing to make that jump. And it wasn't a monetary commitment. It was a verbal commitment from Keith. And it was really, Joe, you find your deal, your first deal, you bring it to me. I'm going to do it for
What's
you.
interesting, which we didn't discuss, you had spent your time in the city and other things, and your first acquisition is really in Long Island.
Yeah. Well, we had a big office, a big operation in Long Island as Cole, and then again as CBRE. And I like both markets. I always was comfortable in Long Island. I was comfortable in New York City. And there was an opportunity that just happened to arise that a friendly broker had shown me as I had just started out. And it was perfect timing. It was my first deal. I was in business about a month, and we hit on a terrific deal. And you mentioned 2001. We closed that first deal September 18th, 2001. It was 9 days after the tragedy of 9/11. And I remember sitting in my office saying to myself, I'm scared to pick up the phone. I don't know if the money's going to be on the other side with Angelo Gordon. And sure as the day is long, they were like, we're ready to go. Let's close. And We closed a couple of days after 9/11.
And that first phase, we'll call it the Metropolitan Realty Associates, Long Island and the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
A
A lot in between there.
Right, but you know what I'm saying. But
Sure.
those were the two. I mean, because you did some major projects in Long Island. Let's talk a little bit about that, and then let's talk about the unique Stella D'Oro
Sure.
biscuit company factory
Sure,
that
sure.
everybody talks about.
Sure, there's a lot of good history over that time frame. So one of my first great projects was the former Bristol-Myers Squibb headquarters, their Long Island pharmaceutical manufacturing facility on Stewart Avenue in my own hometown. I live in Garden City now, and I drive by the building every day, fascinated by this crazy architecture. The building was designed by Paul Rudolph, who was the Dean of Architecture at Yale University, and really a leader in the brutalist architecture world. And the building was scary, it was very interesting, very unique, and came for sale. It was vacant, nobody knew what to do with it. I remember going there with Adam Schwartz, who's now the number 3 man at Angelo Gordon, who I met 18 years ago. We sat in the parking lot, he said, "Farkas, if you can figure this one out, I'm with you." And I said, "I'll figure it out." We bought it for, I think, $35 a foot at the time, and we ended up redeveloping it during a scary time. We didn't know where the markets were going to go. We didn't know if anybody would lease it. And a great man named Jeff Siegel, who was the chairman at the time of Lifetime Brands, visited the building. He had the vision immediately, and we ended up developing the building for Lifetime Brands and a few other tenants. And then shortly thereafter, down the road, another legend in the business, Alan Rose from AVR, owned 711 Stewart Avenue. He didn't know what to do with the building either. And I had an idea, okay, I'll make it medical condominiums. I just thought it was something that might work with Winthrop down the block. So I bought this, I think it was a 400,000 foot building, again, for $45 a foot. And lo and behold, BJ's Wholesale Club showed up and said, "Joe, we'd like to take half the building." I said, "Okay, I'm in the retail business." And we ended up knocking down this crazy 2-story structural vault. It was 24 inches wide with rebar throughout. Nobody thought we could ever get it down. We took it down, we put BJ's in. We then leased another piece of the building to LA Fitness and condoed off the medical side. So I did have a little bit of a condo play in there, but it really put me into retail in a bigger way than just storefronts at the bases of office buildings. And I used that relationship with BJ's to buy the Stella D'Oro cookie factory in the Bronx. It was a very unique asset, or I really should say site, because the asset itself was an old bakery.
But everyone knew it.
Everybody knew it.
You'd be on the road or the train, everybody knew the Stella D'Oro.
You would smell the cookies
Right.
from the Major Deegan, and that was very unique. People would come up to me all the time, "Oh, what happened to the bakery?" I'm like, "It's going to be a BJ's Wholesale Club." I don't know if they liked that or they didn't, but ultimately we saw the value in a 5.1 acre lot in the middle of, or at the base of Riverdale. We knew immediately there was value there, and we understood how we can put a 125,000 square foot big box store underground,
And then you built across the street.
Then we built across the street a 70,000 foot strip center with all the nationals. We brought in companies that had never been to the Bronx. Chipotle, we opened their first store. Smashburger, first store. Petco, first store in the Bronx was at Riverdale. Buffalo Wild Wings, again, first store in the Bronx at Riverdale Crossing, we called it. It was a great success. It was a lot of work.
Let's focus the last couple of years.
Sure. I made a decision in, I guess it was December 15, after I had sold Riverdale. I wanted to get back to New York City real estate, back to my roots. And we moved the business from Jericho, Long Island, into the city, really with the idea to focus on Manhattan office and the boroughs. We quickly started to recognize the value of the industrial product in the outer boroughs based on all of the e-commerce and distribution that was starting to really bubble. And we got in early. We bought 2 fantastic buildings in Long Island City, one next to the other. and our basis in the deals is $200 a foot. And we knew that there was going to be substantial growth there. We've also followed the path in retail, and we moved a little bit outside of New York City, and we're taking down a big vacant Macy's department store. That's been a trend as well, and we're finding ways to redevelop them.
Let's talk family. We spoke about mom and dad.
Yeah, I have a younger brother who is general counsel for Norwegian Cruise Line, and I have a wonderful sister who is a doctor but retired, raised her family, and she lives in
Tell me about
Roslyn.
your wife and how you met her.
My wife's Michelle, wonderful lady. I met her, I mentioned the wonderful days of coal and buying Peregrine White. She worked at Peregrine White at the time, and we quickly hit it off. She went on to other business, but stayed connected, and we got married. I have two wonderful
So tell me about the daughters.
Stephanie's now 17, and she's applying to Syracuse for their School of Education.
Following grandma's path.
Absolutely. And Kimberly is 16. She's on a JV cheerleading squad, and I'm hoping she's my real estate partner one day.
Are you taking her around like Dad did?
She's very interested, and yes, she does come around with me.
Okay, great.
Going site
So I'd
tours.
like to thank you for being here today.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.